Yay. Yay. I'm seeing some familiar faces. Welcome back if you were here yesterday, the day before. I'm going to light up our Bali incense to, just acknowledge the greater that holds our conversations and our meetings, our encounters. So if you're here yesterday, say hello. I'd love to, just acknowledge who was here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. This is a series that I'm calling the Love Lab Live, and we're doing them every single day for 15 minutes until the 17th of February. We're talking about dating patterns, swipe culture, dating anxiety. Mostly because I see so much going on that, especially in the beginning of the year, this desire for things to be different, and then there's disillusionment. Like, we're still the same. Things around us are still the same. And deep down, we have this knowing that things could be different. So today we're talking about dating apps, a very loved, polemic topic, and how they trigger comparison attacks. So I'll be using language that is complex, trauma-informed, and I love using that framework of complex PTSD in my work with people in relationships, in early dating, because I found so helpful to understand the deeper sort of streams, the deeper wounds and like veins of hurt that we've been through that gets activated in dating and in love. So I'd love for you to type on the chat where you're connecting from, where in the world you are, and if you are on dating apps or not, right? I also host these singles events all over the world. We have just in a little bit the one in Victoria in Canada. For everybody that is in Canada, no, it's where you are. It's in the US, all over Europe, in Africa, in South America, North America. And people tell me, I'll never do apps again. Some people tell me they've never been on apps, and others are like, I've been off the apps and I couldn't go back. Colorado, beautiful. Welcome, Allison. So, I see friends. It's so good to see the same names come through. And what dating apps are, right? So obviously they're just a tool. They're just a technology. Like everything, we can use tools to do whatever you want with them, right? So even if you say, let's take this glass and let's turn it into a musical instrument. If you're really skilled in communication, in attachment, in secure attachment, you could really use a glass and make incredible music. If you're a musician, you could really go on dating apps and meet incredible humans and really kind of dodge the things that it's designed for that is not really contributing for the acoustic or for the amplification of sound or whatever it may be. Using this as a metaphor, our incense needs another burst. I think I didn't show you guys there you go. It's so nice when you get to blow the fire and be like and see. You see, this is what I'm talking about. So I wouldn't go into whether they're helpful or not, but the awareness that when we're stepping into dating apps, we're stepping into an environment that is extremely trauma activating. And we're going to talk about comparison attacks, and comparison attacks are what our inner critic, and we spoke about the inner critic yesterday, that entity, that institution inside of us that was created to protect, to analyze, to see, is there danger, that it creates where it starts monitoring imagine people around us. So there is, I think, the most important piece for me to realize, and maybe you can notice that for yourself as well, is that our worth is not anymore anchored, and maybe it never was, right, in ourselves. For a lot of us that grew up with insecure attachment, or that maybe developed insecure attachment in previous relationships where love was inconsistent or unavailable, our worth becomes externalized. It becomes a function of who we're chosen by, the kinds of attention that we receive, and we might not like to admit it, right? Like, yes, of course I'm valuable and I'm worthy no matter what. But when I start, based on performance, when I start seeing, like, I have to earn, I have to prove, I have to show them, I have to rescue them, or, oh, like, that person is attractive, that other person is attractive. When we start noticing that we're trying to fix ourselves or perform better, get better, that is a clear sign that our worth is outside of us. And so, do you notice that on dating apps? Do you notice, like, after you scroll or after you swipe a little bit, after you see some photos of people that are showing their highlights, right? Like, they're showing their best pictures and their best angle and saying all the adorable things about them, and, kind of crafting that one song on the guitar that they play really well, or whatever people deem as the most attractive quality about them. After scrolling, after swiping, do you notice a desire to, like, be more consistent at the gym? Or, oh, maybe you should read a little bit more, or maybe you should get a social life. If you do, that's the activating comparison attack starting. So you're not just comparing yourself with the imagined other candidates, other potential people that these people are seeing, but you're also comparing yourself to them. And so for the person that is already dealing with low self-worth or questioning, am I enough? Like, is love available for me? Would somebody ever choose me? That is an environment that amplifies, right? So it's kind of like it puts on loudspeaker all the little wounds and the trauma that we're carrying. Is this resonating? So I'd love to hear, what kind of things are the most challenging for you when you are on a dating app, when you were on a dating app, when you see your friends? Maybe some of you are here for your friends. You're like, I'm already in a relationship, but I want to, just get a sense for my friends that are single, that complain about dating apps, or that seem to go crazy when they are on dating apps, right? Like, this is a very collected person. They are incredible. They are, they've achieved in so many areas of life. But the moment they are telling you about their matches, their lack of matches, the person that didn't respond, the person that ghosted, you think, what happened to my friend? Like, who are you? Who's this person that is completely insecure, doubting themselves? Am I undesirable? Do I look too old for anyone? Exactly. So it's the opposite of anchoring our worth. When we heal those different pieces, and again, if anything, like, dating apps could be a valuable way to notice where all your wounds are, right? And maybe not stay there long enough, because it might just re-traumatize you. But going there like for a day or two and seeing with attentiveness, wow, it really hurts when somebody doesn't respond. Wow, it really makes me feel a little less confident to see all these people with all these muscles, with all these degrees, with all, I don't know, maybe with kids, like I want to have kids, and these people already have kids, and now they don't want kids anymore, or whatever it may be. And you think, I'm past my time. Like, clearly, people have been there, done that, and it's too late for me. So, this conversation, my intention is that it be just a balm in a on a burn, because maybe our skin has been burned, and it's not like scorching red, but it's like, oh, it's a little sore and we don't notice. And then you put that coolness and you're like, oh, I was hurting. Wow, actually this moisture is really welcome and it's really helpful. So many of us have been exposed to insecure attachment. So many of us actually have dealt with complex trauma, and complex trauma is so invisible, right? I'm not a psychologist, by the way. I'm a dating coach, a relationship coach, but I am a complex PTSD survivor. And having this language, having the awareness of these things that I thought were so fragile about me, or that I was ashamed about, they're part of the mechanism, right? The shame even is part of the mechanism. And shame is something very interesting because it is intended to avoid pain. It's intended for us to avoid doing the thing that causes us pain. But in a lot of times it's completely out of place, right? So there's no reason for me to be feeling ashamed when I see a whole bunch of photos online or profiles online of people that look younger, that say they are younger, or that are fitter, or that seem to have a higher status in their career. It's not a healthy shame trigger. If I did something wrong, if I did something that hurt somebody else, if I did something that hurt me, then yes, I could feel ashamed, and that would be a helpful feeling. But we have this misplaced, this false shame that is actually just the inner critic saying things so that we don't even get involved with dating, right? It's like this voice inside our heads just terrorizing us, so that we step away from connection, so that we stay safe, so that we try and earn love. I think it was you, Allison, you're talking about performance, so that I can fix and shift and work on all the things that will hopefully, some way, finally earn me the love that I've been looking for. Maybe I'll be then worthy of it. Maybe somebody will then accept me and love me. So if there is something that feels really interesting, I see someone say, wow, this is so interesting. If there's something that particularly stands out to you, you're welcome to say it out loud, sometimes in a comment, sometimes that awakens a conversation with other people here. And what I love in this community is that the moment one person shares, the other person shares, you feel just a little less alone, right? Like I'm here telling you my stories of people that I work with. But when we're live with the same, like with more people, with a community of people that are healing, that are growing in compassion and self-compassion for the harsh inner critic inside of us, for these spirals and activating spaces that we go into, like, right, I want love, I want to date, so I step into it. But could I step into it with a little bit more awareness of what is likely to happen, so that I can then tend to, it's almost like going to the gym and you think, okay, I'm going to lift these weights, but there is an amount of weight that is healthy for you to be lifting, and there is an amount of weight that's going to injure you. And also, there are things that you can do, like taking intervals, or going home, taking a day off, or working out your legs one day, working out your arms the next day, cooling down, taking Epsom salt baths. Like, there are so many things that we can do when we understand the dynamic of movement. In the same fashion, there is so much that we can do when we understand the dynamic of dating and relating, so that as we participate in relationships, so that when we participate in these interactions, we are strengthening our relating muscles, as opposed to tearing a ligament or tearing a muscle. I'm definitely not a movement person, or like a trainer in any way, so the lingo may not even make sense. But there are ways that we can step into a place with that support, and that effectiveness in our results, in a way that is healing, as opposed to, just taking whatever advice is out there, just, taking out protein shakes and whatever else you're doing to become bigger or to become more desirable. So, and which is why I love coaching, which is why when people come to me, I feel so honored to be part of that journey with you, because it's so reassuring and joyful to see people getting those results, as opposed to trying blindly and sometimes hurting ourselves. So I'm going to pause this here. Be back tomorrow at the same time for 15 minutes. I keep getting reminded to tell you guys, you're welcome to make a donation. There is that option on the platform. And thank you for the ones that have come through since yesterday. It is such a privilege to be able to do this work and share with you things that have helped me since my divorce 13 years ago, and to step in relating with confidence, with joy, and with solid healing. And then to be doing this in community with my love lab, in the singles events, and with a very light touch in these spaces. So I wanted to do something that was accessible for everybody, because not everybody gets the opportunity or is at the right time to do coaching. So come back tomorrow. This is completely free for you. And we'll be talking, let me pull out the theme for tomorrow. If you miss any of these sessions, so they're going all the way until 17th of February, you can watch the replay on my YouTube. Somebody asked yesterday what the YouTube channel is AELOAH. So Eloa, which is my first name. I haven't even introduced myself. I will do that as soon as I give you the theme for tomorrow. So tomorrow we're still talking about swipe culture, and we're talking about burnout. Okay, so what and how it happens. What are the micromanagement loops that we're doing that lead to burnout, and how to cut those loops so that we can still date, we can still swipe, we can still engage in open ourselves to connection without all the, micro tearing that might come to it. Observation, exercise. Thanks so much. It is such a pleasure. My name is Eloa. And yeah, whatever you guys want to know about me as well, I'd be happy to tell you more about it. But you can go on my profile, you can go on the website if you want to know more about programs, courses, events in your city. All those things should be available there. And you can always send me a message on social media, on email, with the burning questions that you have that we can't get addressed, or that you didn't feel comfortable to share here with us. to inspire more of these conversations. Big kisses. Have a beautiful day or evening wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let this rest. Let this just be. Oh, I just want to see this last little comment. Seems that the most I reach out to don't respond, and the ones that I'm not interested in text me. Should I respond to them? Yeah, I won't respond to that right now, but join us tomorrow, Linda, so that we can continue this conversation. It really helps if you put all your questions right at the beginning so I can weave them into the conversation. But thanks for sharing. It's a very common experience that the people that we're eager for, we don't hear from. And then all these other people that we seem not interested in are the ones reaching out. See you guys soon. See you tomorrow. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Hmm.